Hello, good evening, welcome to Rangers Radio. Join myself, Oxshire, on the show tonight. It's Port Bear and Bridgeman. Evening, gents.
Evening, Port Bear, that's me. Evening, Oxshire. Evening, Bridgeman. Evening, everybody. All the listeners, how you all doing?
He's in front of the mirror, Bridgeman. Evening, Port. He's talking to himself, Bridge.
Super, but can I just say a huge good evening to you two guys here, and the techie team in the background, and to all the guys in the lobby, a big good evening, and to all the Rangers fans listening in all over the world. Good evening. Welcome to Rangers Radio.
He's there all oiled up with a big white teeth, Bridge. Evening, Port.
Oh, dear.
Right, okay.
Good start.
Mate, you're just shooting people with gas here, by the way. Right, Skipper contacted me to see if I could get somewhere for the final, so everybody could watch it together. And I have, Bridgeman. I have. I was busy today and I sorted it out. So, I have booked the Seville Suite in the East End of the city, and I booked it under the name of Terence Monroe. So, it's done for you, Skipper. Sorted, mate.
Oh, superb. And that was brilliant, Oxford. It's a bit sweet.
So that was quite
How did they spell that? Was it an ear? Is it the Seville Suite or the Savile Suite? No.
They've got a wall and everything. Oh, don't know what they're going to do.
You know how we all feel. We're all desperate for and hope like hell our team does really well over there and gets us a victory. But we don't want to, sort of lose it. If you know what I mean, don't want to go too big on it because you can lose.
Listen, I know you like stats, Port Bear.
Go on, mate. I love it. Go on.
Right, okay. I found this on follow. A boy posted it. Ataturk or something like that. His name is Great Post. Right. So, since Stevie G walked in the door and obviously we're talking knockout ties after Christmas here, yeah?
Okay.
Knockout ties after Christmas. So this year, obviously, we've beat Dortmund, Red Star, Braga, Leipzig, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, is that fair? 4 teams, yeah?
Yep.
Last year, Antwerp, and the year before Braga, yeah? That's a total of 6 in the last 3 seasons. Is that fair?
I agree with that.
Here's one you can use about the time. After Christmas, you need to go back. It's since 1973-74 that they've won 6 ties after Christmas. That's it. In 39 year, yeah. Well, 38 year. Sorry, say that again. 48 year. 48 year. They've won 6 ties after Christmas. And we've done it in the last 3 seasons under our 2 managers. There's a start for you, Port Bear, one you can put in your pocket.
I'll put that in my pocket, mate, gladly. Just nice to see that the coefficient's been kept going by both sides of the city, mate. Not.
We're a European club, eh?
We're one of the European elite clubs, Oxshire.
Send that to a couple of people I know you talk to and see what they come back with, yeah, mate.
Oh,
right,
no,
anyway.
Mate, the Erskine Bridge is too close to here. No.
Yeah, you have to nip over there and do somebody a favour, remember?
I will do. That'll be done.
Okay, right. Right. We have to send our congratulations to everybody involved with the women's team. Bridgeman, superb champions.
Oh, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Thoroughly deserve it. Really enjoyed it. What a wee snippet in the news and the champagne and all that. Great stuff. Well done, the Rangers.
Here. And we're coming. We're going to aim to go by Glasgow City with totals. And we're going to come for them. Yeah, and that's the Women's Champions League. Before we go on to our usual stuff, we're going to hear from the manager yesterday, if that's all right for you, Port.
All right, certainly. I'm waiting. Yep.
Good, mate. Malky Thompson.
Malky, league champions, how does it feel?
Fantastic, a great feeling for any member of staff that's involved, So it's been a tough season. very difficult. A lot's happened, and but we've stayed resilient, we've stayed strong, and I'm over the moon for the girls. Delighted for the effort and application that they've put in, not just today, but previous weeks has been none short of fantastic.
Still a game to go, but to win the league at this point and be undefeated, how proud are you of your squad and all that they have achieved this season?
It's something, when we set out at the start of the journey, it was very much learning from last year, coming into this year, building a squad again, getting relationships formed and being strong and confident about each other. And I'm kind of lost for words because I'm really proud of their efforts, what they've done.
And to do it at home this afternoon at a sold-out Auchenhowie against reigning champions Glasgow City, does it just make it all the more special for you guys?
Definitely, and I think the big thing, every game we'll face different problems, and the big thing today was the occasion, and it's easy to just go through the motions with it, but they didn't. They actually believe in themselves, and now they've experienced winning. I'm hoping that they get a taste for it. And want to crave it and want to keep doing it, because that's what this football club's about. It's about craving the one every week.
And to watch your squad lift that trophy, how did it make you feel?
It was great. I just I think only the group itself will understand how hard it's been. From way back for the first game right through to this game, and all the different situations that we've been put in. But we've had fantastic backing for the club itself, the one club ethos. It's really helped us, and things. The loss of Jimmy there, galvanising the first team squad and us as well. It's just a fantastic place to be, and I'm kind of lost for words because it means so much to so many individuals in different ways. I'm different for some of the players and families as well. I think it means a lot to families. So listen, we'll enjoy it, and then we need to get ready for Celtic again.
Congratulations, man. Okay.
Thank you.
Fantastic.
Hi, good. He's enjoying it, loving it, but he wants to go undefeated. Bridgeman, beat them and really become champions of undefeated, invincibles. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be fantastic for him. Absolutely fantastic for him. And I hope it all happens. I do. I really do. I want everything to be good for Rangers. Everything. Yeah. At all levels.
We're winning at youth level. We're getting stars starting to develop. The fruits of our labour from maybe 5-6 years ago are starting to maybe bear fruit. The women's team, that was a big thing of Dave King's, is becoming successful. The most successful in the country. A lot of good things happening in the club.
I think what Matthew Thompson touched on there, mate, which is very, very important to me, is the one club ethos thing. Meaning, investment will be spent in all levels of football, whether it be youth up to our B team, to our, the ladies team, and then obviously the first team. And, when you think about it, Glasgow City, have won 14 top flight titles, mate. The closest we've games runners up in 2014, I believe. So, to end their grip on the Scottish Women's Premier League on Sunday afternoon and clinching their first title, mate, with a game to spare, mate, very well done to the lassies, mate. Very well done.
And we're going to hear from one of the lassies, Nicola Docherty. Let's hear from Nicola. I think she might have been a bit excited. Cheers.
Nick, league champions, how does it feel?
I actually don't think I can sum it up into words, to be honest. Honestly, I find myself getting emotional about it, to be honest, because it's an unbelievable feeling. I think Glasgow City gave us a really tough match there. I think we managed to keep them at bay, but no, it was a tough match, and we were just delighted to get the win in the end. And we knew that a draw would get us that as well, and I'm just delighted to get to be champions.
To do it in the manner in which you and the rest of the squad have been undefeated, still another game to go, but to be undefeated up to this point and do it against Glasgow City reigning champions at home in front of the home fans. Is that just a dream way to sort of kind of round up the season?
Even just walking out and seeing the amount of people that turned up today was amazing, and I'm just delighted that we could do that in front of a big crowd at the training centre. But no, look, I think we've handled this season with sheer class, to be honest. I think we've found a way to win when it's been going against us, and we've done the same today. I think there was moments where we could have probably conceded, but we remain strong, we remain positive. I mean, we said that at the start of the match. If things aren't going our way, we just need to stick together, and I think that's what we've done the whole season. And I'm just proud of every single player on that pitch, and the ones on the bench as well, and all the staff that put in massive efforts all over.
A Rangers fan yourself, to go and make history with the club here, is it just a sort of dream for you?
It's surreal. It really is surreal. Like I said at the start of the interview, I'm struggling to find words how I truly feel. I'm just completely humble and honoured to be playing for this club, and to do it and go and stop Glasgow City getting 15 in a row was massive for us, and the fact that I'm a Rangers fan as well, just the icing on the cake. I just keep talking now because I'm just honestly overwhelmed, and I'm just so happy.
How did it feel to lift the trophy?
Unbelievable. It's not a feeling that comes very often for players playing at a top level, and to do that for a club that I've supported my whole life. And look, I think what everything the club's been through this week as well, I just want to touch on that, and losing Jimmy Bell was difficult for everyone involved, and to go and do that is unbelievable, and we're just really thankful.
Wow, fair play to her. One of our own. Superb, Portbear.
Friend of the show, Oxshire,
Yes.
as well. Friend of the
She was
show.
superb on the show and off
Yep.
it, I must add.
Yeah, totally agree with you there, mate. You can just sense what it means to Lassie. You know, being a better herself. You know, which makes it even more special. Breaking that dominance, Oxshire. You know, they did have a stranglehold under Scott Booth, who was a very successful coach in the ladies' game. You know, and to break that cycle, and then, you know, follow on suit with the youth team we've done with winning trophies, and then, you know, obviously when we won 55, they're breeding success at Ibrox right now, Oxshire, on all fronts, and that can only be good for the club and anybody join the club, whether that be young players, again signing more females, and also signing, you know, top pros for the first team.
Yeah, and fair play to Nicola. She said when she was on that her dream was to win the title and to play at Ibrox, so she's achieved both, yeah.
Yep, something many people won't do, mate. I shot at my hat after. She predicted what she was going to do, and she's done it, mate.
And obviously the third dream was, me and Fox did say we would turn up at their night out if they win the league, so that'll be all.
I love it.
Right, we can only say congratulations, and hopefully it's the start of many for Rangers women's football team. Absolutely superb. We're also proud of you, Bridgeman.
Yeah, absolutely, pal. Yeah, it's got to be just brilliant. Just absolutely brilliant. I love these happy stories of the Rangers. Happy stories.
Yeah. Can I just... right, we'll get back on track and we'll have the view for the bridge, yeah? But yesterday, so if you don't mind, let's have the view from the bridge.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to a view from the bridge on the Rangers versus Dundee United game at Ibrox Stadium on Sunday, the 8th of May, 22. SPFL Premier League match. Referee was Steve McLean. Attendance 49,340. Dundee United came to Ibrox with a strategy of containment. They performed that quite well up until we scored. Then they just seemed to fold. The game, on 2 minutes, a cross from the right goes right across the box. It's picked up by Sakala, who hits in a low pass to Arfield, who in turn controls well and gets in a shot, which batters off Davis and into the hand of the keeper. Hard luck there. Rangers are pressing high, as we expected, and they're well in front and possession-wise, well in front. In 9 minutes, the ball breaks to Sakala in the inside left position. He picks up the ball and sprints for the box, closely followed by two defenders. He gets in a low shot that is well saved by the keeper, Hard lights Sakala, but well saved, keeper right enough. And 17 minutes, a lovely passing move from Rangers with Sands, gets the ball inside their half, finds Davis with a 30-yard low pass, which Davis flicks sideways to Arfield, who returns the ball to Davis like a wall pass, who then slides the ball sideways into Arfield's path. He gets in his shot, which is well saved by the keeper again, who pushes the ball away past the post. Brilliant play by Sands, Davis and Arfield. In 25 minutes, Rangers are well in command of this game, and they are by far the better team. Looks like they're cruising it. In 31 minutes, Goldson sends a fantastic pass to Sakala, who chests down the middle, who chests the ball down and gets in a great shot, which goes just wide to the left. Lovely pass, Goldson, hard line Sakala. This is literally a stroll in the park for Rangers, one-way traffic. Half-time, Rangers 0, Dundee United 0. In 45 minutes, it was a substitution at half-time. Ahmad Diallo replaces Scott Wright. Rangers start the second half well and continue to press. Diallo is showing his skills, looks great. 49 minutes, a lovely long pass from Sands to Diallo on the right. It's controlled beautifully and he strides forward, beats two defenders and makes a space for himself. He gets in a shot, which just goes wide. Lovely play, Diallo. In 54 minutes, a lovely interplay of passes sees Ramsey running across the field, right to left, just outside the box, and he finds Davis for a short pass, who in turn finds Arfield, who flicks the ball onto Ramsey, and he flicks the ball over the defence for Sakala to run onto. Their keeper comes rushing out and takes Sakala out of the game with a dreadful tackle, absolutely dreadful tackle. Penalty to Rangers, a yellow card to the keeper. Should have been a red, actually, I think. It could have been a red. Tavernier converts a penalty with a right-footed shot to the bottom right-hand corner. 1-0 to the famous. Brilliant. On 57 minutes, Diallo is almost halved in two in a challenge by Graham. No decision given, as it didn't. It looks as if the referee never even saw it, to be honest. Poor refereeing there. In 58 minutes, Diallo is fouled once again by Graham, same person, and it's the second tackle in as many minutes. Free kick and a yellow card for Graham. Should have been a red. It should have been a red because that would have been his second yellow card. It would have been. Anyway, poor referee once again. Diallo is having a great game. On 60 minutes, a sweeping back to front movement by Rangers, starting with a long right-footed clearance from Borna, finds Diallo on the right, Diallo should I say, who brings the ball down, controls, flicks the ball over the advancing Graham, who's having a shocker of a game against him, and he is away. Great play indeed. He sends a great pass to Sakala, who's advancing into the box, picks up the ball, and goes forward and gets in a great shot where it goes just wide to the right. Fantastic play, Rangers. Fantastic. 61 minutes, Ramsey's on the right, has the ball in the corner of the 18-yard box, where he backheels the ball to Diallo, gathers in, gets in a shot, which goes again just wide to the left. Once again, just brilliant play from Diallo. 66 minutes, substitutions for Rangers. Charlie McCann replaces Borna. Adam Devine replaces James Tavernier. And Alexander Lowry replaces Scott Arfield. 77 minutes, Sakala picks up the loose ball in the midfield and heads goalward. He slips a great pass right into the path for Diallo, who flicks a superb ball over the keeper into the net. 2-0 to the famous. Great passing, Sakala. Brilliantly taken goal, Diallo. Well deserved. 79 minutes of substitution. Glenn Kamara replaces Aaron Ramsey. Rangers continued pressing well, but not another goal was forthcoming. A tremendous display by Diallo for the whole of the second half. What a talent. Where has he been hiding that football skill up to now? Hope he continues playing like this for the rest of the season. Maybe they'll consider him for a new contract for next season. Full time 2-0 for Rangers. Player by player, marks are at 10. McLaughlin 6, Tavernier 7, Golson 7, King 6, Barisic 7, Sands 6, Davis 7, Wright 7, Ramsey 7, Sakala 7, and Arfield 7. My man of the match, although he wasn't in the ratings there, was Diallo. I thought he entertained the crowd. He did some marvellous stuff. I think Rangers will be proud of him, seriously. Stats, possession, 73% Rangers, 27% Dundee United. Total shots, 20 Rangers, 3 for Dundee United. Total shots on target, 5 for Rangers, 0 for Dundee United. Corners, 8 for Rangers, 1 for Dundee United. Fouls, 7 for Rangers, 8 for Dundee United. And that is the end of A View from a Bridge.
View from a bridge, can't take anymore. View from a bridge, can't take anymore.
Well, thanks for that, Bridge. Alexander Lowry. Oh, there we go.
Alexander Lowry, yes. He got his full name today. He got his full
Is
name.
it? Well,
His Sunday name.
is that his name?
It's Alexander Lowry, yeah, but it'll be Alex. It's just Alex Lowry, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I've Alex with a C, but it is with an X. But
No, Alex. Alex.
Mhm.
My point, I'm not going to tell you.
Right, okay, all right. Anyway, it was good to see the young boys on. I didn't agree with your man of the match, mate. I didn't agree with your man of the match.
Who would you have given it to?
I thought the man was also a young player yesterday, and I thought he strolled the game, left and right, demanded the ball, passed it. Anything he
Can
was
I
asked
guess?
to do. You can guess, mate.
Can I guess you're going to say the young centre half?
Leon King, yeah.
Yeah, mate.
Yeah,
Wow.
but when that just proves, unfortunately, that centre halves know nothing about football.
I think
Yes, it is Alexander. Well done, Bridge. Good spot.
I think you'll see that. To be honest with you, the whole of the second half was all about that young boy Diallo. Everybody else played their part, and they were all great. No complaints. But that boy just lit the park up. He lit the park up, seriously. That's why I gave him man of the match. Even though it was only on 45 minutes. All the other boys very pleased with him. Played very well.
I thought boy King, I mean, he played the match. And I think
Yes,
he
that's
strolled
correct.
it.
That's correct.
Yeah, I think he strolled it. But listen, it's all about opinions. Port Bear, you got a dog in this fight, or you get somebody different?
No, mate, I couldn't overlook. I could not overlook Leon King, mate. He didn't look out of place. I didn't see too much, instruction given to him by Tav or Goldson, mate. I think he actually managed his game very well. I thought the boy was outstanding, mate. He didn't put a foot wrong. And by the way, he's quick Oxchair, isn't he? He's quick across the run.
Yeah, very quick. I mean, he's 18, mate. 18. Also got but a growing potentially, learning 2 feet, range of passes, speed. I still don't know.
Big boy though.
I don't know if centre half's his position. I still don't know that. But
Right.
I tell you what, he could be the next Calvin Bassey off the production line, mate.
Aye, his physique for an 18-year-old boy, mate. I actually didn't realise he was so big. But it's when you see him next to, Goldson and fully grown men, he didn't look, like a wee boy, if that makes sense, mate. He didn't look like Diallo or Alex Lowry or Charlie McCann, who also, I enjoyed watching Charlie McCann. You know my opinion on Charlie McCann.
You like him. I thought he was neat and tidy yesterday. I don't think he wasted a ball, but I don't think he's shone the way the other boys did.
Yeah.
He done everything that was asked of him, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Do you know what I thought was vantage for me yesterday, mate? Who really stood out in the more advanced role, and we probably got onto it. Some of the intricate player in the box, and he was involved in every part of it. Stephen Davis, Oxchair, in that more advanced role.
Don't forget Arfield as well. He was
excellent
as well.
Yep.
I thought David. I thought he was part of a slight problem in the first half yesterday, only because he just wasn't quite on it. He got the ball and he made the right decisions 99 times out of 100. He always did, but no, just slightly as quick as he normally does.
Yeah.
But slight criticism because I thought I don't think he gave the ball away once. I don't think
I had a smashing match.
Raj, I've been sent this. I'll not tell you who sent it because it wouldn't be fair, but this fella, who'll remain nameless, right, said, I heard Bridge brought a beach ball at Ibrox yesterday, but he couldn't blow it up. You can work out who that's came from.
I'm not going to say nothing.
You can guess, can you?
I can guess, all right. It was a party. It was party time there, and I'm not kidding. That young boy, Diallo, when he came on, he kept the party going on the park. It was just wonderful to watch. Wonderful. You don't see people like that playing like that very much. He made it look fun.
Who did it remind you? I mean, I'm not saying he's him, but what I'm saying is because he's all pace and his legs are like twigs, isn't he?
That's
don't know
right.
if you know.
Yeah.
So he's no like Bud Johnson or Billy Henderson back in the day. He had powerful legs, did he? But his legs are like twigs.
And he actually, when we saw him, once you could see his confidence was growing and growing, and he wasn't scared to go into a tackle.
Maybe he's developed, mate. Maybe he's learned the physical side of the game. If you're going to move to the next level, is important. And we critiqued the boy Port Bear, but I think we've always been fair with him. Yeah.
I think it's fair. I think you only critique what you see in his early part. I think there's Andy for Leeds. There was Blue Star, Stevie. Southside, etc. We all just felt we maybe just a wee bit powder puff for our game, and it was just too soon for him maybe to come to a Scottish Premier League team. But yesterday he just seemed to take his chance. All I can say is he's taking his chance, and maybe he's got one eye in it. Maybe he thinks he can play himself into a Scottish Cup, some final, in some part of the European final, mate. I don't know, but it certainly it was very, very positive. His dribbling, his touch, mate. It's some sublime touches yesterday, and of course, see his goal year. His goal was sublime, mate. We take that and just easily just clip it over the keeper who's on rushing to him. It was a lovely finish, mate.
And the one he was on.
Wait a minute, Bridge.
Sorry, pal. Sorry.
Yeah, no. Just this is a call-in show, so we're going to have to get these lines open.
Right, okay,
so let's hear from you.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972? It's your show. It's your platform. Let's hear from you.
On you go, Bridge. No, I was going to say that even the one he scored, it was a yard or two offside. But my goodness gracious, did he not take it well? And he slotted it away, no problem. So it was magic to see, just magic. And I just loved the way he was flicking the ball about. Just great. You don't see that very often.
No. The last way we had to maybe done something like that was he get Sherrick for showing off too much skill against Alloa.
Rainbow flick.
They're not allowed to do that. That's not allowed.
Wee question for you, Oxshire and Bridgeman. Right now, we've got three centre backs at the club. One's in loan, Katic. Balogun is not been off the contract yet, and Hollander obviously been injury prone. And obviously you seen Leon King showing what he's capable yesterday. Have we got an opportunity to maybe say to maybe Katic and Balogun, right? Yeah, and even and Hollander. Maybe your guys' time's up because you know the Dutch guys are like Oxshire. Gio done it at Feyenoord, gave you a chance. Has Leon King going to a big part to play next year?
Well, obviously, a lot of that will depend what happens with Connor, because then you've got other people get Suter coming in.
Good evening, guys.
Oh, all right. Well, been John. Evening, John.
How you doing, Ox? Yeah, all right, mate.
Good to hear from you, mate. It's been a great few days, brother. How are you?
I've got my eyeballs are hanging out my head because I can't sleep. The excitement I've got is through the bloody roof. It is unbelievable what we've done.
I'll tell you what you do. Hang up, phone Fox, and he'll give you a cure for that.
I don't want his sort of creams.
No, cure, no creams.
Oh, sorry.
To be fair, there might be cream involved, but that's another story. Carry on, John.
I was just wondering, is it a can of Red Bull? Because we've already done them.
Carry on, mate. What's on your mind? Go and get it off your chest. See how you're feeling.
Fox, I am buzzing out my bloody head. I'm on holiday. I've took holidays. I'm off now until after the Scottish Cup final. I've booked up where flights are booked, buses are booked. I've got a ticket for the game, obviously. 5 days. Me, my brother, my 2 nephews, and my nephew's pal, we're going to Albufeira. So we fly into Albufeira Monday morning. I've got a bus booked with the guys for the Crown Barn Bells Hill. I've got a bus running for Albufeira to Seville.
You were going to say Bells Hill and never picked you up there.
Listen, it wouldn't be the first time I've been in many a bus. So it's all booked. It's all happening, and I can't believe that we're actually doing this.
Oh, mate, neither can I. I'll ask you a question, John, right? I mean, obviously, I'm a lot younger than you, but to you, mate, did you ever think you would see this again?
Never, Ox, right? I've got 4 kids, right? I've got 3 boys and a daughter. 2008, I took my oldest boy to Manchester, right? I got a ticket for Rangers, and I paid £500 for a ticket for my boy, because I thought, this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. You'll never see this again, son. So I paid the money. I actually bought 10 tickets for Manchester. I have a ticket out. The guy was for Belgium. I paid $5,000 for 10 tickets. I thought, once in a lifetime, we'll never do this. And 14 years later, for the depths of despair that we've been, and everybody has kicked us and punched us along the way, and had their moment and laughed and joked, and I'm talking everybody. Listen, we all know this, you know. I'm not talking media, journalists, the whole lot. And seeing Ali McCoy the other night, it brought a tear to my eye, because that guy started us back on the journey, and I know come the end of his tenure, you know, that there was a few bears saying, oh, he's on garden leave, it's a disgrace. That guy bleeds blue. And it was absolutely beautiful to see Coisty giving it what I am. You know, he's the same as us guys. We're all the same. And I listened to the show about, you know, I think it was Southside. He's got his 2 tickets for the game and that. And I can't wait to get there. I can't wait. What we've done will never be repeated.
So
I'm talking about a Hollywood story.
Aye, put the two of them in context there. 2008, we think, once in a lifetime. We'll never get past. The competitions get harder, the way the seasons are. You throw in our journey, starting at Brecon, 2012, John. 10 years later, not even 10 years later, we're playing in the final of a European tournament. Funny, the last team who done that was also us in Scotland, but that's another story. Would you believe that? If I'd have told you this when Stevie G walked in the door, what would you have said to me, John?
I would have phoned the police for you, Ox. It's as simple as that. Listen, we all know where we've been. We've all been at Brecon, Peterhead, and to think that we're actually in a European final, words fail me, Ox. I mean, you guys are older than me, right? I've only had a season ticket for 35 years, and this is the greatest moment in my life. Not because we're in a European final, but what we've came through. And I'll be honest, right? You know, you hear people calling it the banter years. It wasn't the banter years. It was fucking. Oh, sorry. I apologise.
That's all right. We get your emotions, John. We understand. Carry on, mate.
It was horrible, Ox. I didn't enjoy one bit yet.
Oh, not at all, mate. Not at all.
My youngest son, right? He's 15 now, and he went right through coming to Ibrox with me when we were in the lower divisions, right? And it was horrible. You know, I actually put him a fit, but he actually didn't go for the last 3 years because I made him go. I took him to the final against St Mirren. He was only 2 years of age, and I had him at the final. Right, but he was too young to remember, and he didn't know, and I actually scorned him for going to see the Rangers, and see now, he was there on Thursday night with me, and honest to God, it brought a tear to my eye, Ox. See, he's my youngest boy, because he's only ever known the bad times.
Mm-hmm.
And see him seeing the good times there and hugging me. My oldest boy was next to me, obviously, as well. And what a transformation for he's only ever known the bad times to actually seeing what a memorable occasion that was on Thursday night for all of us. The atmosphere was out of this world, and what it means to everyone is to where we've been and where we are now. I mean, Steven Spielberg couldn't have written this. I mean,
no, I agree.
It's a Hollywood script.
To coin a phrase, it's the greatest story ever told. If you look at the whole thing, four lads had a dream. The wheels came off a bit, and then everybody has a go at us. We go down, and then now we're at the pinnacle again. I think that's fair. And you come, Bridge. Or we'll go to Port.
No, I'm here, sorry. But John's right. This last 12 years been a nightmare, and we've come out of it. We're coming out of it, should I say? But it might not be free of it for quite a while yet, to be honest.
But that's gone.
Saying that, for this next 2 weeks alone, just the next 2 weeks, it's just something unbeknown for us. Something unbeknown. If we can win, 4 games to go. So if we can win all those 4 games the next 2 weeks, hey, we're there. But the biggie, of course, is the European one. So I'm the one to guess what's going to happen in the European game. Because we'll get 2 games coming up anyway. But that's what I would like.
Paul Bear, John's point, it's the greatest story. It's a top sporting story.
Mate, I'll never forget when Ali McCoist, in his press conference says, have a laugh, have a kick. Say what you've got to say now, but we'll be back. And by God, mate, was that man right? He was 100% right. I either laughed, did a kick at his mate, and the banter years ensued. We all got it, But our club has achieved what they achieved, mate, in such a short time is nothing short of remarkable. Within 10 years, we're back in a European, final, mate. And what puts it into perspective for me, the teams we've put out, the money these teams have spent, the money these teams are worth, and what we've put our squad together, with free transfers, cross borders, wheeling and dealing. Oxford, it's incredible, mate. Absolutely incredible. These teams must be sitting back thinking, God, I've spent 100 million this year, I've spent 90 million this year to get to these, distance in these European tournaments. And Rangers have done it in a shoestring, mate. It's remarkable, mate, and fair play to them, fair play to everybody involved, the coaches, Giovanni Van Bronckhorst, who I give massive praise to in Europe, mate. Fair play to Rangers, mate, because it's dream, like the banner says, mate his dream. By God, mate, did they make his dream? And we will win this, Oxford. I am nothing but sure we will win this tournament.
I'm keeping my powder dry, and I hope you're right. Right, John. Question for you, mate. I'm going to put you in the spot, yeah? Last March, when we go over the line and we won the league, did you think that would be surpassed so soon?
No, I didn't think. Well, I didn't think it'd be surpassed. Right? It's a kind of double-edged sword you're asking me there, right? Because we won the league. I was delighted that we kept all the players and we didn't sell anybody. But hindsight, looking back now, I think we should have refreshed the team. I think we should have sold a couple of the guys on and reinvested.
You might not have been going to Spain next week then.
Absolutely, Ox. But we might have been going to Spain. Can you imagine we had Morelos and Roof running some of these teams?
You don't know, do you?
You don't. So I was over the moon that we kept the squad that had 155 because we wiped the flare with everybody in sight during 5.
Did you think it would be surpassed so soon?
No, I never. No,
Right. I agree with you 100%.
Absolutely not, Ox. Nobody in their right mind could think.
We've got a wee tune. We've got a wee tune. Oh, your sound's no great, John. Your sound's no great, but we've got a wee tune for you just to try and cheer you up. This is for you. But is that going to happen, John? The Sulky Scouts are going to get us the Europa League?
You better believe it, Ox. I'm going out the back to get a better signal, mate.
Right.
Absolutely. Listen,
Fantastic.
John Lonesome was on his way out. Let's be honest. None of us would have batted an eyelid in January if they went to Middlesbrough, which was the rumour. Whether it was true or no, who knows? We'll never know. But see now, that guy's performances week after week is unbelievable. I don't know what more to say about John Lonesome, and I honestly believe your name is on this. I've actually said it we beat Dortmund because of our history. You know, it's 50 years.
Do you know when I thought that, mate? Do you know when I started believing that and dreaming, really dreaming?
When?
See, in Leipzig, when the boy went round McGregor and he put it over the bar. In Kunku. Aye. I did. I thought, maybe just one of these stories. Anyway, I'll come back to you, John. We'll be joined by Robert Wetherell. Evening, Robert.
Evening, Ox here.
How you doing,
Brisman, Port, and great words for you, John. Great words for you, pal. Feel your passion, because we all feel the same. I've been in bits of Thursday night, and I'll tell you, see that Rangers, they put us through the mill. That's why we love that club. That's why I call them my Rangers, because they put us through the mill. Oxford, I still see that make us dream, and I've been watching all the videos, all the clips on YouTube, crying my eyes out. I'll tell you something. What an achievement. We have stuck one finger right up to that mob down at the East End of Glasgow, and hopefully after next Wednesday night, we'll be sticking 2 fingers up to them.
Did you hear that at the start of the show, Robert?
Well, I kind of caught a wee bit, but I was to take off. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not taking a lot in now when people say things, because I'm still in cloud nine. I cannot believe my team are in a major European final where we've been for the hedge of Brecon and the last guys like Harry Forrester and Rod Kiernan and the lot. I cannot believe where my team is right now. Absolutely love them to bits. What an achievement. But give me the start again, because I've got a wee start for you coming up shortly.
Okay. We've won since 2019-20. After Christmas, Robert, we've won 6 knockout ties, yeah?
Yep.
Yeah. To equal that, you need to go back for that team that are close to your house. You need to go back to 1973-74 season.
Honestly. That's incredible. And I've heard you saying on here many a time, if they not only won in the last 20 years or so, they've only won like 1 knockout tie, and that's where they've had the Rodgers, and a lot of them, they've only won 1 knockout tie in 23 years or something.
I'll give you that in the snow, mate. Let me just see if I can find it. I'll be right with you. Give me 1 second and I'll get it. I think I'll even give you who it is, Robert. But Port Barron, you come. Oh, see, fella.
How you doing, Robert? I think it's 3 ties Ox here. I think they've won 3 ties, and it's away ties in knockout competitions.
No, we're not talking about ties. We're talking about over the 2 legs, winning games.
Oh,
over
sorry.
the 2 legs.
Right.
Knockout stage, yeah.
You listen, Paul Bear, you leave the brains to me. There's a reason why I'm the brains.
Box Chair, while you're looking out, can I just say one thing? I hope he's listening tonight. For the last 12 to 18 months, there's a man on this show who I love listening to his calls, because he calls a spade, and he's no short of criticising players in the team. And can I just say, if you're listening, Albert, well said, because you said for the last 18 months, we've got a special team. And I didn't agree with you, I'll be honest with you. I didn't agree with you, but I think no matter what happens now, I think Albert is spot on. We have got a special team, and hopefully next week on Wednesday, that special team can all become legends. So well done, Albert.
Do you know how they say never meet your heroes? Oh, Robert.
Yeah.
See, Albert, he's a lovely guy.
I know, and I'm so annoyed I couldn't make that night at the Wee Rangers pub. I'm so annoyed I couldn't make it to meet you all, because I wanted to see it, Oxter. I wanted to see if you were younger than me, because you always keep going on about it.
I'm more younger than you.
Fox, can I come in there?
Can you come, Port?
Fox, it was me. I think they've only won one game, and it was against Zenit St. Petersburg, but they get put in goal difference. I think that's the only game they won, but they still get beaten goal difference for 2003.
I don't think they've won a tie, a knockout tie. This is after Christmas, this that, yeah? So that's
they've all won a tie, but they actually beat Zenit St. Petersburg at home, but they get put out on the tie.
Aye. Rogers. We'll give you that one. I'll check it out. I'm trying to find it. But anyway, I've not got a lot of their stuff on my site. I'll leave that to Bridgeman. You know. Port, in you come.
As I said, mate, earlier on, nothing short of remarkable our season so far. You know, and I hear it down here where I live. I hear it. You know, I hear all the Timmy tears constantly. How, you know, if we win the European Cup and we win the Scottish Cup, it surpasses everything they've achieved this season with the League Cup and win the league. I would have liked to win the league next year, of course I would have, but I know what I would prefer. The European Cup and the Scottish Cup will do me gladly, mate, because that goes down in folklore. It's bigger prestige for the club. We're at the top of European football, and then we fall into that final European elite because we got the pot one for the Champions League, and I know that kills them down here, mate. And
you know what? Somebody contacted me today, Port.
Right, go on.
It's unusual for him to contact me, and he hasn't for a while. And he said, "Are you going to the final?" I said, "Which one?"
I seen that meme.
You know?
I can tell you one thing, I'm going to base with them.
You're here, mate. You're here. Right. Look, Robert, I asked this question. I know you're an emotional guy, and I don't want to set you up. But I asked this question last March. We were all in bits when we won that league title, and I didn't think we would have the emotions again to a higher scale, and it has been surpassed within 15 months, 14 months. It's unbelievable. Did you think that was possible last March?
Never in a million years, because everything that they try to do is the referees, the SFA, the SPFL. What they try to do is they keep the Rangers down, and I don't care what Andy says, your Aberdeens, your Hibs and all that, they try much harder against the Rangers than they do with that lot. Your player of the year shows it all up. If you look at your St Mirren's, you'll see how many players for St Mirren play for the Republic of Ireland. They're never going to vote James Tavernier as player of the year. And then, let's be honest, it's all against the Rangers. But I like that. I like it's all against the Rangers, because that's what we like. We like a challenge. We don't want titles and trophies given to us. We want to win them. So no, Oxter, I'll be honest with you, I could never see this coming. But you know what? There must be a God up there in heaven. There must be a God up there in heaven and looking down and saying, everything that club's been through, everything they've been kicked through, from Mike Ashley to the lot of these charlatans, rats that done the dirty on us. There must be a God up there saying, it's time to bring this club back, because this club is Scotland's establishment. This club is an institution. This club is the finest club in the world, and they've got the finest fans who get right behind their team. And you know what, Oxford, see Thursday night, I felt sorry for all the Bears and Bearettes that couldn't make it along to Ibrox Stadium, and I was there with my son, and I've never witnessed an atmosphere. And I was at Palmer, I was at Leeds United, I was at Dynamo Kiev, and all the games, and I've never witnessed. Bayern Munich. I was there in '72, Oxford. I was only a wee boy, and I remember. I get flashbacks to that. Beckenbauer, Müller, and all the great German players that won the World Cup in '74. And the same with the game, the Ajax game, the following season, the Super Cup, I think it was. Yep. And I get flashbacks to all that. Oxford, I get flashbacks to so many games at Ibrox, because that team, I'll tell you one thing, see Thursday night, I stayed for about 45 minutes after that final whistle, and I could not believe what we achieved. And every Rangers fan and every Rangers person, we have got to be so proud of that team. No strikers, with 5 players missing, no Hollander, no Roof, no Morelos.
Breathe.
Sorry.
See that 45 minutes you done on Thursday night? See that 45 minutes you did on Thursday night? Bridgeman does that after every game, so he gets fair value season ticket. Anyway,
apologies.
No, that's all right. We'll come back to you, Robert. You don't have to say it on one.
What a shocker.
Right, Peter. I'll be joined by Peter. Evening, Peter. What's in your mind?
Right, everyone. Great words by Robert and John there. Hope you're all doing well.
Good, mate, good.
I just like the rest of us, still in shock. I've watched the game, I don't know how many times, the players' reaction, the video, the 10-minute spine-chilling one that's on YouTube, and every time I've watched it, I've brought a tear to my eye.
Rangers Radio.
John's telling him this is his own Rangers Radio.
Years like a bat. Years like
get her tail, John. Get her tail.
Get her on, John. Get her on.
She's not coming on. I don't think I'm into Saturday morning and we'll wait to the cup final when I get back. I'm leaving Monday.
Carry on, Peter. Carry on.
That's just like you're saying. 2008, I was down in Manchester. I never thought I'd see that again in my lifetime. And the boys have well truly produced. It's fantastic, and especially what we've been through, from rags to riches. Everybody's kicked us while we're down. And I think now this is a journey complete, because now we're on the cusp of being the pinnacle of European football again, where Rangers deserve to be. We're a fantastic club. Loyal fans, institution, family club deserves to be the talk of European football again.
Aye, we are a big story. Port Bear, I know you look at all the foreign stuff, and that's not just the videos, but you look at the football as well.
Aye, mate, I've looked. I watch, the German league. Loads of plaudits, mate, for the German media in regards to a club. They still can't believe we put out Dortmund and Leipzig.
Who was that? Who was the second team we beat?
Leipzig. I don't know. I think Frankfurt's the third team will play, mate, and they're 11th in the league. So we'll beat 2 better teams. And in my opinion, they've got dangerous players: Kostic, Kamada, the young Japanese boy. They've got a very good side, but they've lost their main centre back Kantarigger for the final as well. He's out for the season. So I don't know. Like I keep saying, mate, the stars keep aligning for their club. It just keeps. There's something in it, Oxford. There's something special happening this year at Ibrox, and I just can't see buys. And if you remember in 2008, the team that we took to Manchester were running on empty, mate. We were really running on empty. But this team not only play attacking, beautiful European style football under Gio, but like I keep saying, he's a reactive manager. When things don't go right, he's there to make changes. And like Robert touched on, we're doing this when he recognised striker Oxford. There's something special in there, and we will go all the way.
You hear. Oh, you're right. And you come, Peter?
Nah, spot on, Pop Bear. And as we said, as Abdi's been saying, as soon as Morelos and Roof were injured, how are Rangers going to do it? And Thursday night proved it. Aribo was outstanding. No team there, but I thought Aribo really did well when he was up front. Scott Wright done all right as well. But Tav, my God, what a player he's turned into. He's actually grown into captaincy. And the last time we won it, and number 2 scored the first goal in the semi-final, got the first goal at Ibrox, and there's Tav went and done it again. Top goal scorer in Europe. Unbelievable.
There's only one man I can ask about that. Robert?
Oh, James Henry Tavernier. Here's a wee start for you guys at Oxford. I know you're getting very close to the wee tune and all that, so you might want to look this up for after the tune. Do you know, my son keeps throwing this in my face all day because he's a bigger Tav fan than I am, and I love him to bits. A world since the new what do you call it? Since 2000, right? Since 2000,
the millennium.
Yeah, right. Since 2000, there's a team being put together in every position, right? The goalkeeper right through to centre forward, and it's who scored the most goals. Now, the left back's John Arnorisa, the centre halves Sergio Ramos, and midfield you've got guys like Steven Gerrard, Frank Lampard, Ronaldo's in it, Messi's in it, and up front, number 9 is Robert Lewandowski, as the top goal scorer since 2000. Who do you think's the right back?
I'll take against for James Henry Tavernier.
Yes, 89 goals. James Henry Tavernier is the top goal scorer for a right back.
Who's in goal?
Yeah. Right, I don't know. It's a guy. I think it's a guy away back. I don't know. But Oxford, I want you to check up a wee start for me. No, I'm putting James Henry Tavernier up there with Gary Stevens and Sandy Jardine. But has Sandy Jardine got more goals in his career than James Tavernier? That's right. And I'm not saying James Tavernier's a better player.
I'll tell you that as soon as the tune's finished, Robert. How's that grab you?
Check that out for me, Ox. It's Sandy Jardine.
I wouldn't do it for anybody else, but I'll do it for you.
Thanks, my friend. Thank you very much, Oxter. That's how I'm glad you're back on as the host, because you're the best.
I've never been away, mate. I've never been away. Right, where are we now? Interesting stuff, Peter.
Aye, it's very interesting.
I want to know who the goalie is.
That's a big question, eh? I think we all want to know who the goalie is.
Hans-Jörg Butt, ex-Bayer Leverkusen keeper.
How many has he scored?
Don't know, but I know he was a penalty taker, mate, so it'll be him.
Oh, right,
that's
okay.
right.
Was the Hamish McAlpine in the last millennium?
Hamish McAlpine.
I liked his ginger.
Brilliant.
Right, get yourselves on mute, because we're going to have a tune.
As I was walking down the Coleman Road, I met a bunch of strangers. They said to me, "Are you going to see the famous Glasgow Rangers?" So I took them up to my front spot just to see the flags unfurl. After that display, they had to say, "You're the best team in the world." Some people they sing songs about the land that they adore, and some about modern one, the country's greatest sport. Some others still seem quite content to use another team, but I could sing a song about a famous football team. As I was walking down the Golden Road, I met a bunch of strangers. They said to me, "Are you going to see the famous Glasgow Rangers?"
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972. It's your show. It's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Right, okay. We're back.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. There's been a bit of argument here. Reggie Kenny from Brazil scored 131 goals, 61 from free kicks, 70 penalties. Well done, Terry. Port Bear, rang again. Do your homework before you come on this show, please.
What was he playing, under 10s?
Big boy just moved it up.
I'm talking about professional footballers.
Brazil. I know you like a Brazilian, but there you go. A Brazilian. Right, okay. Robert.
Yeah.
Sandy Jardine. 685 appearances, 84 goals, 8 in Europe. Or that's other competition, so that I think that's Europe. James Henry Tavernier, 344 from obviously 5 substitute appearances, 82 goals with 17 in Europe, yeah?
Outstanding.
Sandy's still beating him, but by the way, John Gregg played further forward at times as well, but so did Sandy, remember there was times at the start of his career where Sandy played up front for us, yeah?
Yeah, outside left, didn't he?
And I believe he came into the team as a centre forward, mate.
That's true. But also, look at the games Sandy's played and John Gregg.
It's double, mate. It's pretty much.
It's double, and also I'm not saying that Tav's a better player than Sandy, because I don't think he is. Sandy was world class. Let's be honest. Sandy Jardine was a world class right back. James Tavernier, my favourite, is no world class. But you know what? What a job he's done. What a job. And you've got to take it in the team that they played.
If he wins that, if we win the next 4 games, mate, Tav will be an idol. He'll be up there. Obviously, Sandy's longevity at the club, along with others, gives them that. But Tav will be somebody that's fun to remember. Right, Peter, last word for your good self, mate. We've got some other callers want to come in. Give us what's on your mind.
No, just looking forward to next week, like us all. But the thing I'd like to say, I hope he doesn't keep resting our big names, because we need them for next week. We need to keep them ticking over, because we can't afford them to rusty for the final next week.
I'm sure there'll be some. They'll appear now and then. Yeah, he'll do it right. He'll get it right. Well, he's getting everything else right. Right, Peter. Good to hear from you. Speak to you soon, brother.
Aye, thanks for taking my call, and speak to you all again later.
Cheers,
Peter.
Aye. Interesting stuff there, Bridgeman, James Henry, and Sandy Jardine.
Indeed it was, pal. Indeed it was. Really interesting. Obviously, you know how we all felt about Sandy Jardine. Even when he was finished with Rangers, he was still a Ranger, you know what I mean? So, but Tavernier has got some goal scoring record. I think did you hear you saying it was 84 or something like he'd scored?
82.
Wow.
Pretty much 1 and 4.
Yesterday's.
Pretty much 1 and 4.
It's brilliant. Just brilliant. Love it.
Pretty much 1 and 4, you know.
He's been a remarkable servant to us, coming from where he came, and he's very quiet. And I think he's been a very quiet guy up to the last 2 seasons. You start seeing him shouting and bawling at people and things like that. It's there. It's all coming. Could
I come in here, Rox?
Aye, on you go, John. I was just coming here anyway.
I would like to. This will probably be a bit controversial, Ox, but I think James Tavernier has got to surpass Sandy Jardine and John Gregg as the greatest ever Rangers fullback and captain that we've ever had. If we win this Europa League final, and the Scottish Cup, in fact, forget the Scottish Cup, if we win this Europa League final, James Tavernier came to us when we were in what? The Championship, the second division. and stood with us all the way through to what that guy has done. I'm sorry, but for me, he'll be the best right back that we've ever had, and that's my opinion.
Oh, we'll maybe have a wee poll about that one. That's interesting because obviously you've got somebody with the skill and the way that Sandy played the game, somebody with the athleticism of Gary Stevens, and then you've got Tav, who's got a mixture of all of them. Is he the greatest defender we've ever had? Don't think so. But that doesn't mean you're not the best player. That's a real good debate. Anyway, we'll be joined by Gary Ballantyne. How are we doing, Gary?
Very well, Ox. Very well.
Good. How you doing, mate? What's on your mind?
I'm doing all right. I just thought I'd share my wee personal journey that I've been on for the last kind of 10 days or so. I flew to New York City last Thursday. Landed in New York at 12:30, and I had to get from JFK Airport to Manhattan in 2.5 hours, and I made it into the pub with the Rangers Supporters Club there with 5 minutes to spare before kick-off. I told the missus she could make her own way there after she had checked into the hotel. I just headed straight there and watched the game with the rest of the Bears. And do you know what? Gutted about conceding that goal, but I thought, you know, that's not bad. I was half cut. We left there. Me and the missus had an argument. It was a great start to the holiday in general. And then I had my time in New York, 4 days. And then just before we left, I managed to catch the Old Firm. And then we boarded the Queen Mary 2 to sail back. And on the Thursday night on the Thursday night on the Queen Mary 2, they had the West Ham game on, and they could only get one channel. So I was kicking off a wee bit, obviously, as you do, but politely. And I says, right, fine, I've got the internet package. And you can video call on the internet package. So you can have a video conversation with somebody. But could I get the Fitbot to just stream? No, I couldn't. It would stream 3-4 seconds and then pause for half a second, and then 3-4 seconds and then pause for half a second. I watched that whole 90 minutes. And every time there was a goal, it'd flash up. And I was gone mental in a big empty room myself, just gone mental. And then my boy rang me at the final whistle. And I was like, what's he ringing me for? I didn't know, but I was 2.5 minutes behind everybody else. So he rang me and I was cancelling his call, and eventually I seen it come up full time, and I was just delirious, man. And I made a video with me going mental on board the ship, telling the captain he had to turn the ship around and take me to Seville.
I know somebody else that was on that trip and returned the match here after the West Ham boy got sent off.
Are you winding me up? Honestly, mate, I couldn't believe it. But honestly, I've only just arrived back in the UK, and I came home yesterday. And I've been on cloud nine, man. So literally for yesterday to ringing you guys up, I've just been trying to organise how to get to Seville, because I said to the missus, I have no money left. I've just been on holiday. I go to Narsa in about 3 weeks' time. And I said to my missus, I says, look, I'm selling everything I own. I says, to get there. I says, because in 20 years' time, if I have a wee grandboy, I want to turn around and say, I was there. I went. So I'm looking at flights.
I'll ask John this. I think he missed a trip. I think he should have told the captain just to keep going and drop you, Seville.
Well, I did say that in my video, to turn the ship round, take me to Seville, but I might have had a bit of an international incident now. I'm just made up. Same with everybody. I've listened to what you've been saying and all that, and talking about who's the greatest this and who's the greatest that. Listen, everybody, you don't have to put people on pedestals. They're all great to their areas, right? And James Tavernier deserves to be up there. Now, getting us to the final, man. Come on. I want to win it. I think it's well within our ability to win it, man. I feel it in my bones that our name's on that trophy as well, but we've got to win it. And even if we don't, James Tavernier is delivered. He delivers 55 against all the odds. I thought they had 10 sealed up. In my deepest bones, I didn't want to believe it, but I thought they did. And honestly, the joy I felt, last season when we done that, I can't explain. Same with everybody else. But for a season later, to be on the cusps of lifting a European trophy.
European trophy.
And put us put us in and it sounds silly, but if we go and win that, we get a wee bit of a glamour friendly against Real Madrid or Liverpool as well, and it puts us back in the limelight. Europe will start talking again. I'll tell you, we were in New York. I walked over the Brooklyn Bridge at 8 in the morning, right, with the missus. We got to the other side, a place called Dumbo. If you've never heard it, you can get crank pictures there. And there was a boy there with his missus at the same time, and I said, "Do you want a photo together?" And he returned the favour. Now, I was wearing my Rangers body warmer, and he pointed at it and he said, "Glasgow Rangers, Giovanni." And I went, "Aye, that's right." I says, "Are you Dutch?" And he says, "Aye." And he says, good team, good man. I says, "Are you a Feyenoord fan?" And he said, "No, I'm an Ajax fan." And that's their biggest rivals. So it's just, we are a European elite club, in my opinion. We just come for the doldrums of Scottish football. And Scottish football, I say it's the biggest crime of every Celtic fan out there, and Celtic as a club, or Scottish club. Forget about the rivalry, forget about my feelings towards them, forget about all your feelings towards them. It is a travesty that club and them fans pretend, right, that Europe doesn't matter. All they've been interested in, right, is domestic dominance, because they wanted to put their foot on top of us, and it's to their own downfall, because we have risen above them now. And see if we win this trophy next Wednesday night, by the way, we will push on. Our debt will be paid off, we'll have money in the bank, and with a manager like Giovanni, we'll push on. No doubts about that. And see what them all taking the mick out of Dave King saying. All right. You take breathe.
Yeah, breathe. See, you're not the only one, Robert. You're not the only one, mate. Yeah.
And they're not a Scottish club, by the way.
Aye, stop calling him that. You'll get him upset. Aye, great points, Gary. Great points, and great. I'm glad, first and foremost, you had a great trip, and here it goes again. Life's amazing at times. Port Bear.
Aye, it's incredible, mate. It's great listening to all the boys' stories tonight, and obviously listening about players gone by and what this current team are capable of next year. One thing I've noticed about our team, under Gerrard, I always felt we relied on individuals at times. Your Talisman, Morelos, we were relying on Kent to show up depending on what form he was in. Tavernier, etc. But what I think we've got in this team, mate, is the camaraderie, a brotherhood, a team that will bleed, fight, snot. They'll lay it all out there for each other, mate. And I think that's where we're winning games and why we're dominating teams. It's not about individual next year. It's about our manager who's tactically getting it right more often than not. In fact, 100% right in Europe. And then the team comes first next year. And our team spirit at the moment, we've got that, never say die attitude, mate. And that's what will carry our team to win the Scottish Cup and win the European Cup. And I strongly believe that, mate. The team spirit in your club and the fight for each other is incredible.
Talking about team spirit, we've been joined by Alex from Wishaw. How are we doing, Alec?
Good evening, Ox here, Bridgeman, Port Bear, Robert, John, Gary, and Peter, I think, is everybody else?
Peter's gone. Peter's left us. By the way,
it's a great show.
Bridgeman calls you Alexander from Wishaw, just to let you know.
Alexander from Wishaw. I know that.
I love that. Yes, I love that. Thank you very much, Bridgeman.
It's your real name, but you don't like that Ander thing at the end of it.
A great show. You have absolutely wonderful comments here. Where are we? I'm still in cloud nine now.
Tell us about the game on Sunday, Alex.
Oh, great. I've seen the kids coming on. Unbelievable, man. The three young boys.
Wonderful, yeah.
Beautiful. Just great. And it's fantastic. The way you call it, as last week, they're losing the Jim Bell, and that was a bit emotional for us all as well. Get in there on Thursday night. I've got to agree with Robert. All the games I've been at over the years, I've seen them all. But that was just took it to another limit. I was there half an hour after the game, and I walked up and I just could not believe it. There were people literally sitting about me in tears, and I'm no far from the BT gantry in the Sea Alley, I'll tell you one thing, Ali, he's a blue nose. Make no mistake about it, by the way. And Kenny Miller.
The guys running about Bridge were asking Bridge, what's up with you, mate? You all right? Everything all right? He says, I've wrapped a pound. That was on Thursday night of the game. Carry on.
What a shock.
How wonderful it was. It was just unbelievable. I never in my life, I thought, after Manchester, we'd get to another European final. Albeit I did say when we were in the tournament, we were going right through away back at the beginning. I kept saying, I think it's in the stars, we've got a chance at winning this. And we went right through here. And there's no prouder Rangers supporters than our guys, man. And for every one of the support worldwide, what an achievement. And for they guys and all these young Rangers supporters, I've probably never seen Rangers in a semi-final. My two boys were at Manchester with me, but they were young and all. We're all booked up, my show's ready to go now. And I'll tell you one, we're going to have a whale of a time earlier. They've all got tickets. Unfortunately, on the one without the ticket, I just missed out. But that's not going to stop me. I'll be in East Closure fan zone, and I'll have 3 brilliant days earlier.
You know, Alex, when listening to the crowd after it, you know, and they were up at the Broom Lawn, and the player talking to the players after the game, and they're walking round, and it was loud as hell from the Broom Lawn, and they came along a Sandy Jab, and it was getting louder and louder. You see, when you got to the Copeland, the whole place exploded. It was just amazing. I never heard noise like it in the whole of my life. Never. Incredible.
Special night, Alex. Special memories, eh?
Oh, unfortunately, I was there when we beat Bayern Munich, 72. I was 17 years of age then, and I thought I'd seen it all there. And you've got to remember, it was old Ibrox there, over 80,000. And what an experience that was. But I'll tell you one thing, see Thursday night there, I ain't seen nothing like that in my life. The place was absolutely vibrating. Fantastic. As I say, there are guys all around about, ages of myself in tears. It's just, as somebody says, it's a movie. It's an absolute movie. If we came for 12 years ago, to imagine we're in a European final, it's just out of this world. And we're getting more recognised out of, what do you call it, out of Scotland. The Germans have been absolutely brilliant with us. The respect that team's shown, manager, the full lot, and the Germans ourselves, it's fantastic. And we'll go there and we'll give Eintracht all the respect they've got as well. And I'm sure it'll be mutual. But I'll tell you one in New York, sir, this is our trophy. I says at the Bolton Museum there, by the way, this is what, and we've got a display cabinet there, and that's where that cup's heading.
Wow. John?
Let's hope so.
And you come, John?
I'll just take myself off and get the rocks.
Aye, we can hear you. So many people get an Avery in their house. Carry on.
I totally agree. I think our name has been on this trophy, and I've thought that for we beat Dortmund. It's just the stars are aligning, you know. Seville, the final, 50 years for the Barca Bears, 150 year anniversary. My God, the last 10 years, we've all been through. And if it wasn't for us, if it wasn't for you, Ox, if it wasn't for Bridgeman, if it wasn't for Alex, Port Bear, Southside, guys like myself, John, they tried to kill us, Ox. They wanted nothing more than us bloody did. But by God, see that Super Ali on BT Sports there. 9 years ago, you know, we're lifting the 3rd Division trophy against East Stirling with Super Ali. And you saw what it meant to that guy. He's one of us. And we're all the same. We're all Rangers men at heart. And this is the greatest occasion that is going to befold right in front of our very eyes. And we're living the dream. And nothing will ever take this away from us. We will live the dream. See, there's Seville Wall, there's Seville Suite. My God, it is beautiful. That is beautiful. That's very
I did laugh when I seen that one.
Oh, no.
The Derryman Road booked it.
What was that? I've not seen that.
Somebody contacted him and says we can be put the Seville Suite for May 18th under the name of Terry.
Listen, I'm trying to listen to this conversation with you. Please behave yourself.
Oh, that's brilliant.
None of your language. Right, now, obviously, for Bellsall, you know.
I need to put myself on mute. Well, innit?
Oh, stop it, guys. I swear to God, you're cracking me up. But, you know, what will...
I did laugh. I did laugh when I seen it.
Oh, it's beautiful. I got a meme the day as well, you know. It was... and he got a Celtic supporter asked me, and he got to the cup final. I said, which one?
That was me started that one. Just
oh well, I can assure you, I'm going to be. I'm flying out to Albufeira on the Monday morning. I've got a flight. I've got the bus, but the Crown Bar for Bellsall.
John, have you been on the swallow? You're repeating yourself.
Absolutely. My wife come home today.
Right, we'll come back.
I apologise.
No, you're all right, mate. I don't want you telling your story twice. I do that sometimes, but I get away with it. Right, Robert, in you come, mate. Greatest night ever at Ibrox. Alec for Wishwas saying that he's a fair man.
Listen, that was, and I've seen some special nights at Ibrox. Big Mark Catley said that against Aberdeen in 91. I think it was. That was a special day, winning 9-0 and everything. But that on Thursday, that stand was shaking. I thought that stand was going to collapse. I'm up in the club deck, and you see my boy greeting his eyes out at the end of that, and he's 31 years of age, and just to cuddle him and hold on to him and hug him and say, that's why I made you a Ranger, son. I made you a Ranger. I brought you into this world. I made you a Ranger for these moments. But can I give you a shout out tonight, Ox? Can I give you a shout out? Because I got a wee message for a big pal of mine, and I've never met him in my life, but he's a friend of mine, to Gary Brownlow in Australia. Can I say, Gary, my journey to Seville, you asked me the question, which I've done to Seville, Robert. I'm leaving Monday morning, Gary, for Edinburgh. I'm flying to Amsterdam, staying the night. And then the Tuesday, I'm flying down to Malaga, staying the night there. Wednesday morning, I'm getting a 6:40 train from Malaga to Seville, Gary. And I'll be there in Seville in the Wednesday morning with my son, my Gary. And I'm going to make them most of it. I'm going to give my son the best time because we're following the Glasgow Rangers. And you know what? There's nothing better on the whole planet than following the Glasgow Rangers. So, Gary Brownlow, I hope you're listening back and you're listening just now. Brownlee. I know, sorry. Gary Brownlee. I'm sorry, we'll get my words right there. But, Gary, I hope you're listening, pal. And thanks for all your wonderful messages, PM. And that's my route, Gary.
Good party, boys, with Gary. Right, Port Bear. What a good feathers skate their boy to Amsterdam and away to Sevilla.
It's not a bad place to take your boy, I suppose, eh? No reason why they've picked that direction, Oxford, but
no.
It's a venue I'm sure they'll enjoy. It's a venue I'm sure they'll enjoy. You know what happens, but boys, always remember what happens in tour stays in tour.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You said, Port.
I might bump into you in Malaga. Rob.
Oh, now listen, I hope you don't bump into me in the Windies in Amsterdam.
No.
Don't you be putting a wig on the Oxford.
I need me on a wig, mate.
Oxford.
Yes, mate.
A wee question to yourself when the boys in the colony, right? I touched on earlier on in regards to Leon King, and I'm going to throw Alex Lowry in this. Could they save Rangers a fortune next year, mate?
I think the boy King could move into the. And this might sound daft. I mean, you think of the centre halves will go to the club at this moment in time. Who you've got Golson, you've got Bassey, who we never seen that happening. You've got Hollander when he's fit. You've got Balogun, and you've got I don't know, arguably Katic, yeah, but whether he'll be back, I don't know. So he's definitely moving into the top 5, mate. And what will get to the top 4? Possibly, mate. Lowry, he might make 20 appearances for the first team next year. No always starting, mate. And then we'll watch that boy grow. Just watch where it goes. You might, and because of that, by this time next year, you might be really talking about guys are ready to kneel down first team spots. But they're still very, very young. I'll go to Bridgman with that.
I think it's a marvellous dream, by the way, I must say, Port Vale, and it's just what we all want. We want our young boys to turn into stars and they get a value up and possibly sell one or two of them, that kind of thing. They could save us a fortune right enough. And these things could happen dead easy. But I watched players Sunday, and you know how they played. They were excellent, every single one of them. Not a failure. And they never looked out of place. But I just try to remember that they were really playing against nothing. That team weren't at the game for to win it. But we still played, and it was Dundee United. Strangely enough, we can say that they're lying fourth in the league, Dundee United. So our, shall we say, 7 youngsters came on the park, and 5 or 7, I can't remember, I think it was 7, and they played really well against them. So yeah, there's a basis of a big chunk of the squad. And you're basically your reserve list, your substitutes bench. Marvellous stuff. The boy King, I'm not that sure his height, but I thought he was a couple of inches smaller, shorter rather, than Golson. I could be wrong there. But like the boys, he waltzed through the game. They just waltzed through it. Every one of them waltzed through it. The ball came to them, they picked the ball up, they pushed it on. Excellent stuff. And yes, I do hope that they make it, if they can make it. And by the way, Van Bronckhorst will be just the man to maybe get it out of them if they've got it. But that boy Lowry, goodness sake, just gave him the ball and he was away. Like a win. Tremendous stuff. That's
the team in 4th who's got less points than the team in 7th. John,
absolutely right.
John, we'll get your thoughts on the young Bears. Oh, John?
Yes.
Well, you back in the house? Oh. You back in the house?
Don't.
We can't hear you, mate. It doesn't really work too well on the radio when we can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Can you
Hello,
see him?
Ox?
We can hear you, mate. Carry on, mate. Carry on.
Ox, I think it's absolutely magnificent that we'll get Lowry signed up to 2025. I think Leon King is the next great thing. He's the next Richard Gough in my book. That is the way forward for us. These young boys have got to be shown a path and it's the first team. If they're not shown a pathway in the first team, it'll be a Billy Gilmore thing. They'll go down south. The big bucks will talk. But if we can show the guys a pathway into professional football and as for Rangers and the first team, these guys will stay with us. They're Rangers men through and through. And I think Lowry signing the contract to 2025 is a great bit of business. And I can only see us going from strength to strength. What's your thoughts?
Bring Robert Weather on. Robert?
Listen, Ox, you mentioned a word yesterday on the programme, and I thought the same word when I left Ibrox Park the other day on Sunday about Alex Lowry, and you mentioned the word vision, and you know what? See the vision I seen that boy when he came on the park. That was the greatest thing I came out of that game yesterday, because it was like a training game. Let's be honest about it. Rangers won every year. It was like a training game. And see that boy Ali and the other boy McCann done okay. I thought the wee boy Devine, it was a bit too much for him, if I'm being totally honest. But give him a chance. But see that boy Alex Lowry, I've never been so excited about a player since a young John Fleck. I seen it Hampden in a semi-final, and wee Flecky was outstanding. He came on, or a Barry Ferguson. See that boy Alex Lowry? That's a star, by the way. See his vision. His vision is unbelievable, and he's going to be up there. And I'll tell you, that's what we want. That's what we want in the Rangers team. We want to bring our own through. Yes, it's nice making all these signings and all that, but see when you bring one of your own through, and I'll tell you right now, that boy has got to play more games. He's got to play Wednesday, and he's got to play against Hearts on Saturday. And then next season, when they get him in that gymnasium, they fill him a wee bit more, he's going to be a player for us.
Gary?
Aye. It's brilliant to see young boys coming through. It's what any club wants. And the young boy Lowry's been very good. I remember watching him. I'm sure he played in the, if you remember, the Alcas Cup. He played in that and the tournament earlier, and I remember watching him there, and a couple of other players as well, which is falling off the radar a bit now, but the young boy Kai Kennedy and that. And these guys need a pathway, but when you're young in this day and age, when managers get the sack for, results, you need to get the results. You sometimes need circumstances to go your way to create an opening in the team like young Bassey's had. He's a first team regular now, so he's not going to lose his place. He's going to be there or thereabouts. And it's created a situation where we can move one of either Bonner on or Bassey on. But this is what I'm saying. If we win this Europa League, right, we don't have to sell players. See young Nathan Patterson, Rangers would have wanted to keep him. They wouldn't have wanted to move him on, but circumstances dictated that they had to bring some money in and they had to move him on, right? But see, if we win this, right, we can start making decisions about who we keep and who we don't keep to a certain extent, unless they go too big and need to move on to a better league or go and test themselves, or they make the decision. So the young boys, brilliant to see, and I want to see more of it. I want, and Gio's your man. He will take a few chances playing young players at the right times and give them the exposure they need to grow.
All right, okay. Port. Gary's mentioned Calvin Bassey there.
Everybody
all right?
Phil.
Oh, should I talk to you over that again, John Molsey? Everybody all right?
We're all good, guys. We're all good.
Right.
Let's try to get a bit of signal.
I don't know if you've got the hang of this radio, John. It doesn't really work when there's a lot of background noise.
Right, we've smashed our vase, guys. I'm sorry.
I should not talk to you over that again, will you?
Hey, I'm going to love you and leave you guys. I need to pick this mess up. Before the wife comes down, I'm getting my throat caught. I'm going to Seville on Monday, for God's sake.
No, anymore, you're a vase.
Aye, that vase, that was our granny's vase.
I'll be there. I've got a ticket, guys. I'll be there. Don't you worry about that, guys. So the
Listen, when we come and visit you in the hospital in America for Brett and our granny's vase, we'll take it off you and give it to Alex for Wishaw.
Absolutely.
Speak to you soon, John. Absolute pleasure.
I apologise, guys. I'm sorry.
Superb,
I apologise. Enjoy yourselves, guys. I'll see you in Seville. Take it easy, guys. Thank you very much.
Cheers, John.
Good night.
We're live radio. By the way, Fox has just messaged me. I've not seen anything that Castor are bringing out next season's third strip tomorrow. How many are everything? Ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching.
I seen a wee clip of Ox, Stuart. It was orange, I believe.
I'll have a quick look and see what I can find.
There it is. Orange with a purple sash.
All right, is that the one? GB, go it. tomorrow. He got his. He sent me a picture earlier on. Wondered what he was on about.
He sent me that as well, and I was wondering the same, mate. But that'll get sold. That'll go like hotcakes. Orange with a purple sash, yeah.
Oh,
Yes, mate.
can I ask a wee question?
Yes, mate.
Now, you're a challenge guy, the same as Port Vale and Bridgeman. What do Rangers need to do? What do Rangers need to do to keep Connor Golson? See a guy that gets 60 games a season, and we're bringing in a boy, and I don't mean this in a bad way, we're bringing in a boy, Big Strutter, and I know, hand in heart, he's not going to play 30 games a season for us. There's no way Strutter's going to play 30 games a season for us. What the Rangers have to do to keep Connor Golson, because I'll tell you something, see that guy? That guy's like Tavernier. That guy's no human. That guy's a machine. And what a player. And he's been criticised from pillar to post. And I'll tell you one thing. Haugalander's good, but Connor Golson is by far our best defender. By far, country mile. What do we need to do to keep him, Oxshire? Tell me what you think we have to do to keep him, and how can we keep him?
All right. I'm just going to give you this. Somebody sent me this last week. I can't remember, some idiot. Anyway, Europa League. Most goals scored, Rangers 22. Most cackles, Rangers 131. Most balls recovered, Rangers. Most saves, Rangers. Most tackles, Rangers. Most passes attempted, Rangers. Most passes completed, Rangers. Most crosses completed, Rangers. Player stats, top goal scorer, James Henry Tavernier. Most shots in target, Morelos. Most passes attempted, Connor Golson. Then Tav, 712 and 659. Most passes completed, Connor Golson. Most clearances, Connor Golson. Most saves, Alan McGregor. There you go, Port Bear. What do you think of that?
Aye, that was a wise man that said that, I bet you.
I don't know.
No, but you know
Can I just put in, just to let you know that Skipper has started a Just Giving page for the Vaz. So we can replace the Vaz. All right? Fair play to Skipper. Carry on.
No, in my opinion, Connor Golson, Robert, I want the guy to stay because I think he costs you immediately 8 to 10 million to your place. A guy at that level, his consistency. Yeah. Aye, he makes mistakes. Aye, he's sometimes a bomb scare. But I think he's cutting that part out of his game, Robert. I don't know if you watch him in Europe, especially. Now, we bought him as in my opinion, $3.5 million for Brighton as a squad player to play in the Scottish League. And then obviously, in my opinion, he's developed year on year on year in Europe. And the better opposition he comes up against, the better for me he plays. His outball, that diagonal he's got, is superb. He wins a lot of his duels in the air. He wins a lot of his balls, in tackling. As Ox just says, he makes a lot of passes. 100% correct with passes. How do you get him to stay, mate? I don't want the Rangers to break the ceiling when it comes to their wage structure. But if there's a way we could maybe keep him on the same wage structure, but offer him an extra year. Say it's 2 years they're offering him with a possible, extra one. I would maybe give him a 3 year, mate, because he's only 29. Give him a 3 year deal on the money he's got, because I think it might very well be the length of the contract, mate, and not the amount of money. Because how can he walk away from what he's doing, Robert?
I don't know if it's about. I don't know if it's about money, mate. I don't think it's about money at the club. I think Connor Golson will tell you how thankful and how life. There's a saying, sometimes life gets in the way, and I think life's getting in the way of Connor Golson. Yeah. It's not for me to discuss somebody's private business, bar yours online or Fox's. No. Yeah. Yeah, but sometimes life gets in the way. Yeah.
I think it's family. At the moment, I do.
Right. Oxshire. Okay, right. So he maybe want to go back down south, his family, right? But surely he's got the final say, and surely he can say to his family, listen, I want one more year at Rangers. I want to play in the Champions League.
Maybe.
And it's not about the money, right? Fair enough, it's not about the money, right? But Rangers could see if it was about the money. Rangers could 5 lines around about that eye and go, well, no break my wage structure. Say the wage structure's 25 grand. I don't know, but just say that as right. So surely Rangers could say, right, Connor, it cost us £8 million to replace you, but we'll give you £2 million signing on fee and stay for another 2 or 3 years. Surely we can do that. Come on. No, I know he can do it in the Championship and get 60 grand a week playing for a West Bromwich Albion or something.
I'll repeat myself, mate. I don't think it's that simple. Yeah?
Yes, of course it's not that simple, but we've got to pull out all stops to keep this guy, because this guy's playing 60 games a year. He's not playing, like, no disrespect to Roof or Hollander, who played 25 games a season. This guy's playing 60 games a year for Rangers Football Club, and we have got to pull out all stops, like just the same with James Tavernier, just the same with Alfredo Morelos and Ryan Kent. These guys are playing 50, 60 games a season for us. Joe Arribos played more games in world football than any other player. We've got to keep these guys. We've got to keep these guys, Oxford. I'm sorry.
Modern football, mate. The same as we signed John Lundstrom, Port Bear. If people don't sign a contract for various reasons, they move on for free. It's just the modern game, innit?
Aye, Sheffield United would have been gutted that lost. He's valued £8 million and they didn't get a penny for him, mate. But John Lundstrom wanted to move to somewhere where he was going to win trophies, and ultimately that's why he left. But I put it in the collar, mate, all day, all over social media, and it was even on Sky Sports earlier on as well. It seems to be West Brom seems to be the team that are showing the most interest in him. And I know a lot of Bears in here will say, and a lot of Bears listening, they'll probably think exact same as me. West Brom, from Rangers to West Brom. But like you touched on, Oxford, it's, life gets in the way, and I totally agree with you on that.
Aye, you don't know what deal he's made when he's sat down with his partner or his wife and says, well, we're going up there, we'll get X amount, and then he's agreed to whatever, yeah? So listen, I'm with you, Robert. I want him to stay. His consistency, and I think he's got even better in the last 18 months, 2 years than he was when he started at our club. And his level of consistency and appearances is unbelievable. Bridgman.
Oh, 100%, pal. 100% agree with that. His level of consistency at play. I'll go even further than some of the boys have said. I reckon Golson's the best centre half in Scotland. Without a shadow of doubt in my eyes, right?
Yep.
And he plays the game so well, but it's so, shall we say, overlooked for praise, as people have said tonight. And I think Golson goes about his job very quietly, does the business, and his skill with his diagonal ball now. It's really catching it, really brilliant. I agree with Robert Weatherall when he says it'll cost us, if we wanted to get someone of that ilk, it may cost us the best part of maybe up to £10 million just to get somebody to do a direct replacement. Would Rangers push the boat out? I'd like them to try and do what they can, because he's got all the familiarity. He's been in the club for 4 years or what. And my goodness gracious, another 3-year contract for him, absolutely 100% for me, 100%. And if he's interested, right, pal?
Bridgman, Connor Golson, this is what I'll finally say about Connor Golson, right? And people might disagree with me. Connor Golson owes us nothing. And people might go on about his heart condition and all that. And he came to us 4 years ago for about £2-3 million. I don't know what we paid for him, right? But I'll tell you one thing, Bridgman. Connor Golson owes us nothing, because he's done a job. He's played equivalently 55 games a season. 55 games. He's played more than one season with Big Hillander's played, and I'm sorry, I don't mean to slag Big Hillander. Connor Golson owes Rangers Football Club nothing, in my opinion.
100%.
It's a machine.
100% agree.
I lovely to have the machines, you know. You know, even guys like yesterday it was mentioned that's Glenn Kamara, Port Bear's 150th game for the club yesterday. You know, and he's another one on the level of consistency.
Yeah.
Incredible, mate. You know, you forget he skilled well down in Arsenal under Wenger. Obviously, he was thought very high low down there, and then goes to Dundee under Neil McCann, and we managed to get him for 50 grand. And another player that's developed into my thoughts on Glenn Kamara, mate. I know he's been frustrating this season. He's not at the heights that we know he's capable of. But, you know, again, in Europe, and Gio's played him in that sort of more advanced role, mate. And the way he took his goal against RB the other day, you know, just slides it in that bottom corner. He's a machine, mate. Absolute athlete. These guys and the training that must be going on, the fitness guy, with Dave Voss and Van Bronckhorst and Mackay, the guy must be a machine himself, mate, because he's got this team and the medical team's got a lot of credit as well to get our team and the fitness levels are sitting at right now, mate. We've had game after game after game in Europe, you know, Thursday, Sunday. Incredible, mate, incredible. And your guys, we can't ask much more of these guys, mate, but all we're asking for these next few games is one final push. We know you can do it. We know what you're capable of. This, and all Bear touched on it, mate, and I touched on it earlier on in regards to the team. This team is special, mate, and they're going to show us something really special at the end of this season.
All right, yeah, the under 18s are 2-1 up, and they've got a penalty kick as we speak. We'll get you the feedback. Is that ASAP in the Glasgow Cup final, Bridgeman?
Let's do it for him. You need to let us know about the score there.
Yes, we will, mate.
Oh, look at that. I think it just flashed up there. Magic.
3-1.
Hey, we've got some teams winning a lot of things. We just about the first team need to follow through. Next 4 games, win them. And we'll win 2 cups. Simple as that. Brilliant. We'll be partying for a year.
Oh, mate, I don't know. Charlie McCann, your man, scores for the scores for the spot, Port Bear.
Aye, mate. You know, a lot of you think this is pretty controversial. I think Charlie McCann's going to be the main breakout player next year. I rate him higher than Lowry, mate. I really do, and I want you to remember I said that because I rate this guy so highly.
I will remember it.
I think he's a fine young player.
I'm just taking a note of the date, actually.
Yep. Put it in your diary.
Yep. All right.
There you go. That's it, right?
It's done and dusted. Bridgeman, you're an old campaigner. Obviously, D-Day, you obviously done a bit in Italy, and then you'd obviously before that you'd done the bridges, Arnhem and that. So this Seville trip, special because it's special.
Sorry, pal. I think that I'm still discussing it with my wife as to whether I should be going. You know, it's for my an illness perspective. But I really do. I would like to go. I'm never going to see anything like this again. Great chance. Anyway, it's massive. It's just massive. I mean, if they're talking figures upwards of 100,000 people going to be travelling to Seville. But whether they're not, I don't know you'll get 100,000 people in Seville. You follow what I mean? But seriously, I mean, it's going to be wonderful. It's going to be a fabulous atmosphere. The Bears will be coming from all over Europe, descending on that, and we'll see what happens then. And hopefully they behave themselves nicely and keep their nose clean and just win the cup for them Rangers, and let's have a party. That's what we want. Win the cup, let's have a party. They could be there in Seville for a year and a half.
And our cup final we get back from Saturday, Bridge.
Yes, indeed, it's a huge one as well. Huge. Make no bones about it. There's 4 games to play. And those 4 games are going to be mountainous, every one of them. I don't want us to lose any games at all. Right? We've got 4 games. The players are playing top of their league. They're top of their game. We need them to play every game, every minute of every game, and do the business for every one of them. Just get us victories. 4 victories, please. Thank you very much.
See, the guy asked me about, told me about bridging the beach ball, Port Bear.
Yeah.
The same guy's contacted me to ask, will Port Bear close the show the same way he opened it by talking to himself?
The answer to that is yes.
The 2 Ronnies were good bridging. It's good night from me.
Good night from me.
And it's good night from me.
Port
Bear says night to Port Bear.
Superb, pal, superb.
Mr. S. Kipper, he's always on the ball, isn't he?
The legend that is. The legend that is.
Robert, just quickly, I know you mentioned your boy already, obviously. How's he feeling about the whole thing, mate?
Oh, mate, he's absolutely buzzing. He just can't wait to get there. It's just like that. I can't wait to get there and go to Amsterdam and go to Malaga and Seville. See my boy. My boy's 99% he's pals Ross Elliott fan, right? I had to come off the feed because they might have slagged him. And as he said to me, Dad, I don't mind them having a go, but they don't even get down to the piggery. They don't follow their team the way I do. I go to every home game. And he's like, and I don't mind people having a go, but when they don't follow their team, they're no supporters, and I'm a supporter. And what else, I can't wait to take him away on Monday, and I'm going to have the best of time for him. Because it's just, do you know what, Oxford? I've never known a boy in all my life, and you know me, I'm dead critical. I'll come on and slag the players and slag the team. See that boy? I've never heard him criticise Rangers once. But I want to finish off with my final words, Oxford, and I want to tell you, Port, Bridgeman, and all my fellow Bears and Berets are listening to this show tonight, this great show it's called Rangers Radio. I want to say my final words tonight. Do you know how much this means to me? How much this means to me? When I was a wee boy, I grew up, Derek Johnson, Alex McDonald's and my heroes, Davy Cooper, Alan McCoy's, and then my ultimate hero, Brian Godloudrup. I say one thing here as I finish off. See if James Henry Tavernier lifts that up on the 18th of May, he will become my ultimate hero. And I can't believe over Brian Loudrup I'm saying James Tavernier will become my ultimate hero. But that's how much this means to me, Oxford. And I'll say good night to you in Port Bear. And Brisbane, love you a bit. Good night, Rangers Radio.
I'll see you in Malaga, yeah?
Yeah, listen, I'd love to meet you in Malaga because I will buy you a double so you can't talk about me.
I'll see you in Malaga and I'll keep going, yeah?
Yes, and I'll tell you, I'll buy you a double because I don't mind you talking about me on this show. Because I love it when you talk about Alex Kelly and Andy Feliz. I love it when you get into it tight.
Right, speak to you soon, Robert.
Good night, guys. Good night. Oh, shit.
What a man, Port Bear. What a man.
Brilliant, mate. That's one guy, mate, on live radio, that his passion for our club, for this show, what it means to him and his boy, amazing, mate. It comes through. Some man, yeah.
Well, gentlemen, we've reached that time of the evening. Some great passionate calls tonight, Some great passionate. Port Bear, I'll give you a chance to say good night to yourself and then I'll go to Bridge.
Right, Port Bear on the night, mate. Cheers for having us. Bridge, man. Superb, mate. Superb. Thanks to the listeners. Thanks very much for listening in, guys. Still building up, Oxford. Still buzzing. Absolutely buzzing.
Yeah,
me and my wee mucker Neil were speechless and tears in my work van the other night, which was incredible. Couldn't speak to each other for the first 10 minutes, so He'll be listening in the night and he'll know exactly how we felt on Thursday night.
I heard it was like a scene. I'm no one for spreading rumours.
Oh no!
I heard it was a scene when Del Boy and Rodney were sitting outside Sotheby's when they sold the watch, mate. That's what I was told. Anyway, over to you, Bridge.
I'm just picturing the wee van going up and down. Very brilliant. That's brilliant. Okay.
I thought he was going to say Brokeback Mountain.
That was later on. Carry on,
no,
Bridge.
I'm not say that. Anyway, what can I say? Fabulous night, Oxford. Absolutely brilliant. And everybody, thanks for being with us. And a big thank you to Port Bear for being my buddy on here. And thanks to yourself, Oxford, and the rest of the boys. Can I just say to all the Rangers fans all over the world that are listening in here tonight, this is our show about the Rangers, because the Rangers are our team. And everybody keep it going for us, because we all need it. All the Bears all over the world, we're building up to Wednesday. So let's get in there and support the Rangers. Everybody keep it going for the Rangers. Keep it going.
Congratulations to the under-18s. Once again, congratulations to the Rangers women team. Keep saying that. And thanks to Alex Wishaw, Robert Wetherell, Gary B, John and Peter this evening, who all joined us on the show. Great to hear from them all. Of course, Port Bear and Bridgeman, who joined us on the panel, and Fox and Old School Blue for doing the technicals. This has been Rangers Radio. We'll be back tomorrow night when we'll be joined by Jaffa and our Billy. Take it away, Old School Blue.
We are the Rangers FC. We are the people, you better believe. We are together, we're doing the fancy all over the world. We had our troubles, but now they are gone. They tried to kill us, but the Bears we stood strong. We are together, doing the fancy all over the world. Lucia Vibranx for Lancer 3. Follow, and God save the Queen. You'll hear us singing, doing the fancy all over the world. In Barcelona in 72, we beat the Russians, but 3-2. Still celebrating, doing the fancy all over the world. Glasgow Rangers, back where we belong. Lucia Vibranx, and we're still going strong. We wear our colours, the red, white and blue. We wear them proudly like blue noses do. We are together, doing the fancy all over the world. The pride of Scotland, but that's nothing new. The pride of Glasgow, and Glasgow is blue. We are together, doing the fancy all over the world. To be a blue nose, it fills us with pride. We are united, we'll never divide. We are together, doing the fancy all over the world. Doing the fancy all over the world. Doing the fancy all over the world.